Hey guys, Huzz here bringing you another video. Welcome to another Q&A video. So I'm not really sure what we're going to answer today, but we are doing a live Q&A. So I've not done one of these, I'd say in maybe about a year, I don't know. So normally I kind of collect the questions on Discord or Twitter or something. Right now I'm streaming. So we've got the Twitch audience chilling in the chat. And I've kind of told them, let's get questions about mainly about League, maybe a little bit other video games, content creation, maybe a little bit about fitness. And we're just going to go through it. So why not? So the first one of today is, what would I like in the Ud rework from Ariel? So Ud, again, the funny thing is, and it's happened, it's notorious now, that they keep announcing reworks or champions get reworks, and then they became meta. It happened with Aatrox, it's happened with a few other champs. So a lot of people will sometimes go, oh, look, Ud is really strong now. He doesn't need a rework. Take him off the rework list. Obviously, that's not incredibly how it works. Ud was ignored for many years before he got really strong with the new items. Let's be honest, that's what made him strong, was the new items, not the champion himself. So what would I want from the Ud rework? I'd like them to go a bit more in depth with each form. Like, I don't know if it's possible, but like instead of just being like, you press Q, you do some tiger claw damage. You press W, you're now a turtle. Maybe like your abilities change depending what form you're in. So like your ultimate can cycle between the different forms, and that's his ultimate. And then your Q, W, and E changes depending which form you're in. I think that would be a lot more expressive to skill expression, because they would need a lot more understanding about the champion in order to make it work. But that would maybe what I would say. Next up is, do I actually, this is a good question by the Freyag. I don't know if I absolutely butchered that. Do I actually enjoy playing League? Okay, so you can break this down into a couple ways. The base answer is yes, but like anything, an excess amount of anything is bad. Like, it eventually gets a bit bleh. So when you're a content creator and you are having to play it every single day, from the outside, I imagine it looks fantastic. Like, you get to play a league every day and that's your job. That sounds amazing. But think of every single moment that you personally have been frustrated with solo queue and you quit for the day or you took a week break. A content creator whose income is based off League of Legends, you have to keep going through those moments. And that ain't the healthiest thing in the world to do. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your content, because people can kind of see the frustration start to build. But I do like playing League. I definitely think the game is in a bit of an odd state that I would definitely change some things about it. But I do like playing the game. Like, trust me, I say, I do believe in that. I know it's the kind of dumb saying, but you only live once. If I hated what I did, I would change. Like, I would probably, worst case, well, like, if it really came to it, I would probably try to become a variety content creator, see how that went. If it was financially reliable, I'd just continue with that. And if eventually it's like, okay, this just isn't working out, I tried, I'd then probably go become a pilot, which is obviously my plan, or go try to get a job elsewhere. I still like playing League, so that's why I keep doing it. So yeah. Next up by Davy Sweet, what is the best and worst thing about my job? Okay, so the best thing is the fact that I do get to play video games for my job. Like, let's be honest, that's pretty good. There are, you know, it's as jobs go, doing that is fun on average. The negative, though, is also I have to play a video game for my job, because when it becomes your job, it's no longer a video game, right? It's the kind of the same with, like, you could have a kick about playing football or baseball, whatever it may be, with your friends, and it's that chill environment. But then when it becomes your job, you're a professional, there's a lot less chill in it. It's no longer that kind of kick around with your friends. It's a lot more serious. But your big positives is, I would say a really big positive is my community. The ones that are in chat right now asking me questions, the ones in the YouTube comments. Interacting with you guys is something that I'm going to remember for my whole life. Like, it's been one of the biggest positives I've had in my life. Like, it's just a nice thing to have. It's I don't know, it's a good feeling. Like, to know that I go live and I get to have chats with these people that tune in most days is just wonderful. So that's something that I do really value heavily, and that's why in the last year you guys may have noticed, and obviously that's probably taken away a little bit from the YouTube channel, but I have put more into the Twitch channel and having a community experience and environment with the Twitch channel, because I just think it's really nice. Like I just do. And obviously I'm still committed to YouTube. I still upload 2 videos a day, which is insane, and nobody should probably do that. But yeah, like the big positive to me is one of the community. What definitely is the community. A negative, again, you're on the internet, right? So a big negative, and I don't really experience it. It was definitely a few years ago it was worse, but trolls, hate, that type of thing, it used to affect me. I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty bulletproof with it now. But like that, every now and then it's going to get to you, like no matter who you are. Like hell, I log into Twitter sometimes and it's nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with League, but just looking at all the crazinesses that was on Twitter, it's draining. And also, as a content creator, you have that. That's part of your job, is having that online world. So it is a little bit draining, to be fair. But for the most part, it's very, very rare to have anything like that in our community. Because again, one, we don't really tolerate it. There are some communities that it's like, let them go, be toxic, the streamer doesn't care. I personally do. So those people who try to do that, they don't last that long, obviously, in the community. So yeah. Next up is from PK Elo. Sure. When the Smurf series starts, will I be doing paid champion suggestions? Yeah, there will be a way that you can basically, like, I want Huzzy to play this champion. This is the way that we do it. It'll probably be like, there'll be a set amount for it. Maybe like 1,000 biddies, or I guess that's equivalent of 2 gifty subs or something like that will be in place that you can kind of go, I want Huz to play this. Obviously, within my Twitch channel, we've always had at 250,000 bits, not bits, 250,000 pleb points. You can ask me to do a champion without a Smurf series. But yeah, that will happen. So next up, how successful has my new relaxation weekends worked out so far? Really well. Definitely. Like, yeah, like, I think we all need to just relax every now and then, no matter what you do for a job, no matter if you're a multi-millionaire, that you don't have to work anymore. Every now and then you just kind of reach a little bit of a tipping point, especially, and I think what has made it worse is what we've all been through the last year, that we've all been kind of locked up. You know, no holidays, no... Like, again, it's all different in the world, but here in the UK, we've been back in lockdown since basically Christmas. Like, I think officially things closed the first week or something of January. We're still in lockdown. It's now March, the first week of March. Things are said to be starting to open back up April the 12th. So we're still over a month away from things starting to open up. That's stressful, you know, it is. Having also, as we all, I'm sure, are aware, having when you just go out to the store, having to have that little bit in your mind going, oh God, there is something in the world going on right now. I don't want to get that. But it is looking that it is getting better. Personally, I am becoming a lot happier about like certain things. Like all of my grandparents have had the jab. My parents are actually getting it in the next couple of weeks. My dad's got his this upcoming week, his first one. So those things are like relaxing me. But the relaxation weekends have been really good. And hopefully the YouTube audience likes them. Just for one weekend a month doing chill content. Next one is, can you update us on your fitness journey? Will you ever do before and after pictures? I've never really took... My trainer might have one. But I never really took before pictures because I didn't obviously really like what was on... Like what I was like, you know. But I have done a before and after before. But it was when I was at my slimmest. So the thing that is actually, like, if you want the most recent update, I am getting a lot stronger. And with that is becoming, like, there's a lot more muscle development. So my shoulders are starting to, like, fill out. My thighs are actually getting quite big. My waist is still, like, what it has been for a while. And the problem that I actually now get into is I actually try to get into a pair of trousers I've not worn for a while. I could put them on, but my thighs were literally like in pain straight away because my thighs have grown from... I do deadlift every week. I do squat every week. So my thighs are actually starting to get quite big. So I actually, last night, had to order a new pair of more tapered slim trousers, which are bigger in the thigh, but they do slim down. So that's now that's the recent thing that I'm having to deal with, is my body is now changing again from, we just used to be, let's say, fluffy Huzzy. We then got pretty damn slim, but not a lot of muscle. And now I'm starting to kind of bulk up a little bit, but now with muscle again. So it's a bit weird, but yeah, so it's going really well fitness-wise. The deadlift is what I'm mainly focusing on right now. And obviously I'm thinking about competing in powerlifting eventually, which is deadlift, squat, and bench press. Right now I'm just really working on my deadlift the most. Maybe after I've nailed some things that I want in deadlift, then maybe we'll move on to mainly focusing on squat or something. So it'll definitely happen. But no, it's going really well. Like a few weeks ago, I posted on socials that I did a new PB deadlift, 170 kilo. It was easy. Like it wasn't a problem. But we are going very soon. I don't know, maybe this upcoming week or maybe the week after. I'm actually going to be attempting a new PB of 182 or 181 kilo. And for those like, why that specific number? In the translation of weights, that is actually officially 400 pounds. So that is my kind of first goal of the year, is to hit 181, 182 kilo for the 400 pound deadlift. But my personal one that I want to hit is 200 kilogram deadlift. And I think that's like 440 pounds. That would be pretty big. For someone that I only weigh about 80 to 85 kilo in that general area, it's not bad to be lifting nearly 200 kilo. And when I eventually will lift 200 kilo, I'll be pretty damn happy about that. Next up, do I think Collector should be an Assassin Mythic only, or an Assassin Mythic? Probably. Like, everybody's got different opinions, and that is completely fine. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. I obviously have been pretty outspoken that I don't like the execute mechanic being on a legendary item. I'd probably be more accepting of it if it was a mythic. If it was a mythic that, you know, it's a specialized item, and, you know, instead, like, obviously Drakthar can make you go invisible, Prowler's Claw can make you have that extra dash, Collector gives you an execute. In my mind, that would make more sense, and you can't buy all of them or buy multiple of them. Yeah, I would probably put Collector on a mythic level. Like, I definitely think that would be healthier. But yeah. Who was my very first sub on Twitch? If you can remember, I don't. We do have some of the original subscribers around on Twitch. Basically, obviously, you have the normal subscriber badge, which is our Huzzy Lion, that you also will see in the YouTube comments for YouTube members. They have the Huzzy Lion as well now, and have done for maybe about a year or so, or 6 months. But if you're on Twitch and you ever see someone with a first badge, which I think is called Founder, those are people that were the first 25, I believe, subscribers of the streamer that you're currently watching. And I'd say we have about 4, maybe 5 of those still around in the community. Yeah, Coda is one, if you've heard me say his name. I think Calming Chaos is one. We have a few that they're still around. So for those people to be around 7, nearly 8 years later, as crazy as that sounds, that's mental. Like, that's absolutely mental. Bit of a silly question. Ketchup or mayonnaise? Depends what you're eating, and you also can mix them together. So again, I've said this before, and if you guys are unaware, in Michelin-star restaurants, they actually do mix those two together to be a burger sauce. The best burger sauce you'll ever get is ketchup and mayo put together, and even in Michelin-star restaurants, they don't bother to make their own, because that is just the best, is mixing ketchup and mayo together. How do you properly pronounce Pokemon? There you go. I just said it. How's the house search going? I'm not talking about the house search too much, because obviously I want to be a bit more private. You know, there are some things, separation in content creation and life. But all I'll say is, yes, I am looking to move out again. I learned a lot from the last experience that I had. And yeah, I'm on the hunt. I am potentially expanding my search radius to be a larger area, so I might not stay really local to where I am currently. So I might be somewhere different. I still want to be in a relatively commuting place to my gym, because I'm quite fond of my gym. I like my trainer. But if it's within... Like, my current drive is half an hour, roughly, to my gym. So if it's within 45 minutes, I'd probably still go to my current gym. So, yeah, I'm expanding the search a little bit. What is my favourite champ to play in with what build? fun-wise. So nothing to do with climbing or seriousness. Probably then AP Ezreal. I love AP Ezreal. Every single time I play AP Ezreal, I have such a fun time doing it. And it is quite hard to play. So yeah, I would say AP Ezreal is my fun pick in League. What games do I enjoy the most at the moment apart from League? Warzone is still probably my second most played game after League. And that is pretty much the only game that I'm playing actively other than League. And also Ricky Saucer, thanks so much, dude, for 75 months. 75 months resub from Ricky. And that's where he is close to being a founder. He is a month or two out, but he has kept a 75 month resub, and that is a 75 month streak of being a subscriber. So that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, we have some of those founders that are still around. We also have people like Ricky that is on a 75 month streak as a subscriber on Twitch. I can't thank people enough that if you're still around for this amount of time, it's just absolutely mental. Next one though. Yeah, so again, sorry, I'm not really playing anything other than League or then COD. Will I play Legends of Runeterra and as a playthrough on YouTube? I have been thinking about getting back into Legends of Runeterra. I don't know if it would be uploaded on YouTube or just be a Twitch thing. I don't know the demand of it on YouTube. But we might play it on stream, and maybe I'll upload one video of it in the next couple of weeks. And if it's good and people liked it, then I'll upload it more. What else? Do I like the Battlefield games? I love the Battlefield games, and I am very much looking forward to Battlefield 6. And I would probably say expect content of Battlefield 6 when I play it. I'll be definitely streaming it like I stream Call of Duty after we do League. And I will probably be streaming Battlefield 6 when it eventually comes out too. Next up, if I could take away one item, what would it be, or what mechanic? Again, I think people know. The item that I would take away would be Collector. Like, it's just the one that triggers me the most, so probably that. How do I think they could fix Yuumi? And also, to go off this, Glacy is also asking, could I do a one-finger Yuumi challenge? So we've done the one-hand Master Yi challenge. Could I do a one-finger Yuumi challenge? Probably could. But what do I think they could do to fix Yuumi? If I'm completely honest, I don't think the champion is fixable because of the type of champion it is. But I also think they can't delete the champion, even though probably majority of the player base probably want her deleted. I don't think they can. Because like there are certain things that I think they could do. Like, yeah, so like Aaron is saying in the chat, only have a maximum timed duration that she could be attached to people. But there's little things. I don't think she should stealth if she attaches to a stealth champion. I don't, like, maybe if someone uses a mobility spell, she doesn't follow them in a mobility spell. So I definitely feel like there could be little things that they could do just to make her feel less obnoxious. But the reason why I say I don't think they can really, like, do much, yeah, like Jazzy said, there are a whole now portion of League players, like it or not, that are Yuumi players, and they, again, this is where you got to be really careful, but they fundamentally have probably forgot some things in League to do. Because they are so reliant on Yuumi that you forget how to position. Like, you just straight up do when you don't have to position because you're attaching to people. So if you deleted those people, deleted Yuumi, you're basically deleting those players from the game as well. So I think Riot forever has to have the champion, but I do think they could make it more, again, they could not make her stealth if she's stealth. Maybe even a maximum duration of being attached. Like, there are things they could do to make the champion less hated, is what I would say, because the champion is definitely one of the most hated champs in League. But, yeah. Next up is, would you be able to schedule a meeting with the balance team? Not out of frustration, but genuinely to get their thoughts on the health of the game? Possibly. I have been actually in meetings that I haven't been able to tell you guys about, that I don't, again, sometimes I don't really know why, but for whatever reason, I am invited to quite a lot of events and partnerships that I don't think I should be. I'm not that big of a creator, I guess, but I have been in meetings with some of the big guys in Riot. I've sometimes told you guys about these meetings, sometimes I haven't. And it's very nice to be involved. So I have spoken to some of the lead devs of the game. Haven't for a few months, so there might be one upcoming. It is something that as a league partner I could ask for. We do have developer access if we do want it. But what I would say, when you're in a meeting with Riot, so it is quite daunting, right? So you're in an online meeting. There's like 5 Rioters. There's like 20 of us, usually about 20 of us from around the world. It's a bit daunting to kind of go at Riot or like try to oppose them. And I'll say I did last time. We had a dev meeting just before the new items, and I did say I did counter their point about all the new items, and they didn't really have an answer for it. And my question for the devs was literally like, don't you think the new mythic items kind of get rid a lot of the balance of that champions? That, like, again, Jinx isn't a mobile AD carry with a dash, but she can build Gale Force and suddenly she's got a dash. And they didn't really have an answer for it, if I'm completely honest. They kind of just brushed it aside, like they didn't answer it. So it's lovely to be invited to these meetings, but they're sometimes not the most productive. Because I will say, and I think I have told you guys this before, whenever you're in one of these meetings, they usually invite, obviously, other creators. And a lot of creators, like, you realize pretty fast, a lot of creators in the league scene are one-tricks. So in these meetings, the only questions that those people ask are directly about their own one-trick and about how it affects their one-trick. And that's it. That's what they ask. And I'd say at least half the people in the lobby that when you're in these meetings are just asking about their champion, and it's a bit like, oh, really? So, yeah, there's even that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my LPP person if we could arrange something. But we will see. Possibly. Right, do we have a few more questions? We actually had a lot of questions earlier, and then I kind of, like, answer them, and then eventually we have no questions. Here we go. Am I going to remake my video about my champion pool since you're considering Yuumi? I'm not considering Yuumi. Hang on, don't make me say that. But Aurelia. The champion pool that I make at the beginning of the season is just to give me a start. Obviously, it's changed a lot because I've changed role. I think from memory, that was like, I'm maining mid, but now I'm kind of maining jungle, I guess. Like, it's weird. I don't know if I'd remake that video. Maybe like halfway through the season I'd remake that video, and we're still in the beginning of the season, as crazy as that sounds. We're still in the first third, so yeah, maybe about halfway through. Coda's asking why is he so cool, because you're a pleb, and yep. Thoughts on the current report system? Oh, that's quite a good one. Maybe we'll answer only a couple more. The report system at the moment, so it has improved. I do think it's definitely more active than it has been in the past. Hopefully you guys would agree, but I'm definitely, whenever I get someone that is definitely worth a report, I do normally get like the pop-up, the instant feedback. We actually had a couple the other day, but I also will say I have become less out of the report system personally, and this is where, like, again, this is where it's a bit different from me. I do have the benefit of having LPP reports. What the hell just happened then? First win of the day. Okay, the client's going mental in League, apparently. But I do have the benefit of LPP reports. Obviously, I don't abuse them, because we can't, because Riot has to approve. Like, Riot are the ones that look through them. But with most, I would say I'm a pretty calm person. So if I'm reporting somebody, it's usually for a correct reason, I would say. So sometimes, and maybe it's bad, I forget to actually report people in the game, and I just do an LPP report. Maybe I should still report them in the game. But, yeah, it's, again, the LPP reports obviously are quite good. If someone's legit inting, and, like, people will always go, that person's never going to get banned, they're inting. We all have that frustration. But LPP reports will probably get that person banned if they are legitimately inting. So that's good. What would I say is the most skillful champions in League to play? I think Azir is definitely maybe the most skillful to actually pull off all the time and being consistent about it. Because there's so much to the champion of, like, you're positioning yourself, you're positioning your soldiers, you're positioning together, like being synergized with them, auto-attacking through them, all the spells that accompany them. So I'd probably say Azir, personally. And then final question, let's just do one more. Putting yourself in game designer mode, what area of League would I try to freshen up after many years? Ooh. I mean, it depends how you want to me to answer this question. Like, my genuine answer would probably be if I was hired at Riot and it was like, what area do you want? I would love to take on reworks. And like, I personally, and I think this isn't an unpopular opinion, I think it's a fairly popular opinion. I do think there's too many new champions that come out. I think League already has too many champions. 150 odd is absolutely mental. I personally would like to focus on reworking old champs that just feel a little bit run down, a little bit tired, a little bit too old. I would like to work on those. But this is where obviously my like would be very different to others, so it might not work. I actually like when reworks are completely different to the original champion, because there's a reason it's getting reworked. It just doesn't work right now. And like, I personally, and I know not everyone will agree, I find the new Aatrox too clunky, but I do like that they really changed the champion, because we had millions of auto-attacking lifesteal champions. Aatrox wasn't very unique, but the new Aatrox, yeah, it's a little bit like Riven, like people say, but it was more unique to me than what Aatrox used to be. But obviously, I think Riot got a bit scared, which I guess, you know, rightfully so, but they got a bit scared when they did those changes, or the Scion change, that people really were like, this isn't my champion. So that's why we're now getting like Pantheon is just Pantheon 2.0, Fiddle is just Fiddle 2.0. Like, they are, yeah, they are what you would say, someone just said, they are remasters, not reworks. That is probably a better word for it. They are just a freshened up new version of the same champion. I wouldn't do that. Like, that is something that I wouldn't do, but that's what Riot are doing. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this Q&A, throw a like on the video. Thanks so much for chilling out with me and watching the Q&A, and feel free to put questions in the comments and I'll try to get to them as best I can. But yeah, thank you so much for watching what I do and being part of this amazing adventure and community that we've got, whether you're here on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you very much. It does mean a lot. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed, throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.